Man who will be at the center of tonight's event, former President Trump, is set to endorse Max Miller. He's taking on Anthony Gonzalez. Want to welcome you to the show. Talk to us a little bit about how important it is to have the support of President Trump, but also the importance, independent of President Trump, ensuring that we have a cycle up and down the ballot in federal races and state races where we have candidates that understand the importance of putting America first.
Right. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Look, President Trump's endorsement and his support is the most powerful endorsement out of anyone in this country, probably the world, has ever seen. You know, his support means a lot to me and to this movement. And in terms of 2022, we're going to see a giant red wave. But not only are we going to see a giant red wave, we're going to see a red wave of kicking these rhino, weak Republicans out of office, like Anthony Gonzalez, who not only betrayed his constituents once when he voted for impeachment, which is a complete partisan hoax job and such a sham by Nancy Pelosi, he also did it with his vote for amnesty for the farm workers bill for illegal immigrants. So this guy is no good. He's weak. He needs to go. We need to put America First fighters in, like myself, and that's why the president endorsed me. So I'm excited.
Now, obviously, you have the current governor of Ohio not coming to this event. He's facing a primary himself. Talk to us a little bit about the political headwinds in Ohio, what the grassroots are looking for. Again, you talked about putting America first. You talked about individuals who are Republican who have supported things like impeachment. But on a very surface level, on the issues impacting Ohioans every single day, what is the message that you think they need to hear?
Look, there's no doubt that the situation in Ohio could have been handled much, much better than what Governor DeWine did in terms of mask mandates, keeping our kids in school, and now he's got other things to worry about like CRT and keeping that out of our kids' schools in terms of indoctrination. But there are many, many things that we need to go over and take another look at. But I just tie it back to, once again, this is about this race and Anthony Gonzalez and how he betrayed the constituents of the 16th district. And he's going to have to explain exactly why he did it not once but twice, and continues to vote with Nancy Pelosi over and over and over and over again.
Now, I think to that point, obviously, we talk about what happened in the tail end of 2019 into 2020, the things that compromise America's liberties all across this great nation. What are the things specifically that you want to focus on if given the opportunity to represent your constituents down in D.C. to make sure that we can start turning the page and getting back to the things we know work?
Exactly. Look, I'm running for Congress to represent my constituents' interests and not my own. We didn't see that from Congressman Gonzalez. And there's a reason as to why he was already thinking about jumping in the Senate race right after his vote for impeachment, because it was never about the people. It was always about him and his ego and his arrogance. And that is as plain as it could possibly be. And the constituents know it on the ground. So does everyone in Ohio. And I believe the country. And after tonight, we're going to make it known that we're not going to stand and have rhinos in our party who are going to continuously break us down when the Republican Party really isn't divided. We are very much united behind President Donald J. Trump, and he is the leader of our party. And it's time for these other individuals like Anthony Gonzalez, Liz Cheney, Tom Rice, the little cabal that they have together that love Nancy Pelosi, to get out. And we're going to send them home.
I think to that point, when you talk about this narrative that the media has that the Republican Party is falling apart, I think up and down the ballot you have individuals who recognize the need to have America First policies that understand intuitively that Russia is a greater threat to the homeland than white supremacy. Talk to us again about how do we get that unified message out to the people, starting in places like Ohio, because again, if we are going to be successful, if 2024 is going to be this culmination of a four-year drumbeat, it has to start in 2022, taking back that House majority and that Senate majority.
Absolutely, but to go back, we need to continue with the America First agenda. We need to, look, President Donald J. Trump, the border was secured under his leadership, and you never questioned who was the leader of this country when President Trump was in office. You know, we had more faith in what we were doing abroad. Israel never got attacked like what they did right now, and you're absolutely right. Russia and China are our biggest geopolitical threats. There's a reason why China has the largest navy in the world, and that's just not for show. And what are we going to do as a country if they decide to take over Taiwan? And how weak do we look? And then when our allies in the Middle East, like Israel, get bombarded by Hamas and all of that money that was given to them by the Iran nuclear deal. These are the things that we need to preserve Donald J. Trump's legacy and continue to take this fight back to the House, back to the Senate, and then back to the White House in 2024, when Donald Trump is not only our 45th president, but probably our 47th.
All right, Max Miller. Well, God bless, my friend. Good luck to this evening, and we'll continue to monitor this race as we move forward.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.